Hi. Timestamp September 15th, 2025. It's almost 5 o'clock. Working on the stool top. So I applied some of the gel, and it does go on that brighty yellow. And I've been trying to keep it moved around, and they say you should keep it wet. So I've been kind of moving it around a little bit. Goes on pretty thick, but based on the fact that it goes on yellow and then kind of becomes that's a really good sign, because that tells me it's pulling up the color, the stain, which is fabulous. Because, and they say it can take up to 24 hours for really thick stains or whatnot. But based on what I'm seeing here, I don't think this is going to be a 24-hour thing. I think this is going to go fairly quickly. Because, I mean, again, kind of a bright canary yellow to that. It's pulling this stuff up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a Starburst Kool-Aid box that I found all the way on the back of the fridge, just hanging out up there collecting probably 2 years of dust, because I know I had thoroughly cleaned the kitchen when I was here in 2023. So that was something that was done after I had been kicked out of the house as a suspected felon. Trying to make sure I don't have any spots that aren't coated. I know I'm going to have to do like a little touch up here and there. There's going to be some spots that aren't going to get picked up, and I can't go all the way around the edge. So I did the, like, kind of around the surface on the top, so that when I do flip it, I'm not right up on the surface that it's resting on. Yeah, if this is any indication, it's really ripping that stain out, which is so happy. So happy. Because I'm moving ahead on my projects. I got lots to do here as far as the one brick. This is more for me for, after, so to speak. But at the same time, with where we sit actually being, had to move around Acorn, he was not cooperating with me on that. Where we sit actually being bed bug nesting grounds, I'm attempting to make the new places that we sit a little more hygienic. I would say unbelievable, but no, it tracks, It tracks. Yeah. Totally believable. I still find myself shaking my head, but yeah, normal day. I've been chatting with Fun Size. She needs help with her resume. I'll probably be doing that tomorrow a little bit, because I help my friends. When I have internet again, I can do a little bit more. But if you're in the Hillsborough County area and you need one of the most amazing customer service reps or cashiers on planet Earth, and from an astrological standpoint, she's a Virgo. The details, they don't get missed. She's smart. And she's very pleasant. But cross her. You cross her, she'll cut you. I don't know, she might. She might. Let's make sure she gets a caffey and no one will get hurt. It's really simple. Simple girl, simple needs. Simple stiletto, you know. No, seriously, she's just a quality person. And I will not say that about just anybody. Yes. Alright, so I'm going to, because Acorn's starting to whine and carry on now. Because, yeah, Dad's talking, so I want the attention. But we're going to go outside for a quickie. A walk, nothing like that. That's weird. Don't think that. Yeah. Okay. Take stuff out to the burn barrel, see what the situation is there. When I was out there yesterday, whatnot, it was kind of damp, which, you know, it's hard to burn damp paper without a whole lot of gasoline and maybe a flamethrower. I tried that last week. The neighbors complained. My knees are really angry with me, and my thigh, kind of where the leg bone connects to the hip bone, it just does this every now and then. Almost feels like it's not quite connected. Makes me walk like I've been on a horse for a few days. And it's painful. This grass, nay, the weeds are getting high. I'm gonna have to get a lawnmower. I mean, we got 30 here, but I don't know what works. And as far as I know, they all don't, because they're all stuff my dad bought to fix up to sell. So, yeah, he's got a lot of stuff here that doesn't actually function. Why are you warm? Are you still smoldering? Because it was still smoldering yesterday, what have you? That is still blazing hot. What? Well, add that. Some of the cardboard packaging my Amazon stuff came in. Should make for an easy burn, and also kind of has that, because it's a thin cardboard, almost newspaper-like, kind of has that kindling vibe. Yeah, because it's still, I don't know, low 70s maybe. It's a nice day. Doesn't look like there's any wet in the sky. Got some puffy whites out there, but nothing heavy black and pendulous. It still felt really warm though. That's weird. I don't know. Odd. Very, very odd. I mean, I know what I put in is going to burn. And even if the other stuff doesn't catch it, it should still help dry it so it'll catch next time. That's the idea anyway. Hey, there's smoke. Who knew that? Who knew that was going to happen? But yeah, I'm still moving coffee canisters to those latch tops, staining that first stool top. Would love to actually be able to start staining that before my head hits the pillow today. It's kind of my goal. I don't want to pull the stain off prematurely because, I want it to do its work and all that, but I might be able to. I might be able to actually strip the stripper. It's normally easy, you just throw ones at them. But I may be able to actually start the staining process of it. That would be swell. I need to make some food here in the near future too. I only had like one meal yesterday, but it was a short day because I was really only up like 5 or 6 hours, but at the end of the 5 or 6 hours I realized that I hadn't gotten enough sleep before. Why am I tired? Well, I was up 22 hours. Yeah, that would do it. And a 5-hour nap didn't cut it. Huh, yeah, okay. So did another 5 or 6 hours awake and then went, nope, not working. But I got some eggs that are getting close to date. I did the float tests and they were actually fine, but I went ahead and I fried up 6 because I typically get the 18 packs. I fried up 6. And I did some of the Little Link, the banquet turkey sausages. Basically I did 2 and 2 for Tiny, had it in the fridge waiting. And I did 4 eggs. I was hungry. And I hard boiled the other 6. I may do another chicken ranch salad with it. Because that pretty much got tore into. And Pix came over the next day after I'd made that. I told her it was in the fridge and she was like, oh. She had a couple sandwiches. I'm telling you, hard fry up some little cube chicken like you would normally, amount-wise, the same amount that you would normally do in tuna fish. With the egg and then just the simple bare bones of it. Whatever you normally put in mayo, do half ranch dressing, half mayo. I like to hard fry some onions in there too, but however you normally make tuna fish, just substitute those 2 things. It'll change your world. It's just really good. I do wish I had some of that guacamole ranch. Let me ask Pix if she can bring some over. She didn't come over today. She wasn't feeling all that great. Back and neck. She was doing a lot of stuff over the weekend and she kind of damaged herself. That happens to both of us these days because we're both, we're in our 50s. And we've got a huge amount of crazy, stupid work we got to get done. And sometimes we go a little too far and then the next day we pay for it. Because we're not 16 anymore. We're not even 30 anymore. We still act like it. But I make no apologies about that. Yeah, that burned up pretty quick. And it may be catching some of the other stuff, which is great. That's what I wanted. Because I've still got 10 banker boxes of crap to put in here. And there's more. Pix isn't even done going through all of the paperwork my mom has in that office for reasons only she knew. I mean, between you and me, the reason is because she's a hoarder. She would get very offended when you said that to her, though. I am not a hoarder. Mom, you have Dad's pay stubs from the 70s. That was 50 years ago. You don't need those. I just keep them for records. Who are you reporting to? As far as I know, there's no agency on planet Earth that cares about records that old. Not a pay stub from, June of 1976. No one cares. And if they do care, there's a file online somewhere. I don't even know if anybody would devote server space to that. It seems kind of trivial. some deeper smoldering going on, so that might be catching some of the stuff on that far right side. I may bring out some more stuff here in a bit while I still have daylight and try and knock some more out. Because it's a noteworthy pile. Bright side, there is a finite amount. Yeah, I heard that. What do you think, Acorn? Honey? Oh, bird. Hello. Cardinal. Well, might have been the cardinal, might have been a bunny and a cardinal. I don't know. But I mean, it is a finite amount of stuff. I know they're going to continue to get junk mail here every day. But that's just because they're going to continue to get junk mail here every day. And sometimes junk mail floats through from the people that owned this house before, and that was at least 14 years ago. Oh boy. Okay, I'm going in. You good? You okay? Yeah. I don't know if it was a bunny or if he just thought there was a bunny. Plastic CD rack might actually be useful. Maybe, I don't know. Oh yeah. And I don't know if this was something my dad had and used, or if it's something he picked up at the auctions. I don't even know anymore. Come on. Love that pinball. That's on my list. I want now to say like pinball. I know it's a cliche. Most of your pinball people will say it's a cliche. Addams Family's not that good. Blah 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 blah. To that I say, it's probably the pinball I've put the most quarters into in my life. Love that table. Pinballs I've played the most. Addams Family, without a doubt. Sit. Good boy. There you go. Go munch. Back to the Future. Star Trek: The Next Generation. Secret Service. I put some quarters into No Good Gophers. Very inspired by Caddyshack. You can tell it's fun. Not my favorite pinball. It's not necessarily one that I want to get. It was a sports bar that I worked at as a chef, as a cook, many years ago now. Just kind of one of those in-between jobs. I was there for a few months, and they had like 3 pinballs and a Ms. Pac-Man machine, you know, that kind of thing. And I want to say they had like a Playboy pinball, because there's like 10 different versions of that, and it's always a thing. And they had some other, because it was a sports bar, it was really, really a sports bar. Sports memorabilia all over the walls, it was that kind of thing. And the other one was some other sport. I think it was like a baseball pinball of some sort. But, and the No Good Gophers has a golf theme, so sports bar. And I wanted something to play. And I looked over the 3 tables that they had, and I'm like, no. Well, this one's cute. I'm getting a Caddyshack vibe. Yeah, let me try this one. So for 3, 4, 5 months, I played a fair amount of No Good Gophers. Decent. decent table. Again, not one that it's not necessarily on my list, but it's good. And I know I played a lot of Xenon back in the day because that was my first pinball love. So, also on my list. But yeah, I actually have a list of part of my vision board kind of stuff. Stuff that I will get, that I want to get. Part of the whole Thrive Not Survive thing. But yeah, Addams Family, definitely the pinball that's eaten the most quarters. I did play a lot of Secret Service, though. It was at that putt-putt place on Bush Boulevard that I used to go to. Played a lot of Secret Service. It is an unofficial James Bond pinball. I don't know how else to put it. It had musical soundtracks on it. It has Secret Agent Man, Nobody Does It Better, a few songs that are actually used in like James Bond movies, which I gotta be honest with you, I'm actually a little surprised, because nowhere on the pinball does it like credit, Ian Fleming or was it Universal that typically had the contract for James Bond movies? I think United Artists. It's United Artists. I had to think about that. Universal doesn't sound right. Nowhere on there is there any kind of crediting or licensing that I've seen. And it definitely has that James Bond feel, but it's like Americanized. It's like if James Bond were American, and they even use several songs in the score for the pinball that are used in James Bond movies over the years. So it's like, how did you never get sued? How was there never like a cease and desist or something? I don't know. I played the hell out of it though. They had that at the Putt Putt for years. And for a while they had that and Addams Family. And they both got my love. Addams Family may be more than Secret Service, but if the electric chair was malfunctioning or something, then I'm going to play Secret Service until you guys get that fixed, If you played the table, you know what I'm talking about. A broken electric chair. What a pain in the ass. Changes up the whole game, But yeah, just kind of poking along at my stuff today. My lower back and my knees, my thigh, my head, and my butt. I've been better. Nothing quite like waking up with a dancing chihuahua and someone standing over you as though they're about to do some kind of cybernetic implant. Not what I was expecting. Still working on that pot of Harry and David breakfast blend. Killed most of it. I think Tiny had a cup too, but I'll do a pot of coffee a day, easy, maybe 2. And I'm not tense at all. I'm good. Yeah, that's all I really have. I just want to show the progress on the stool top. And yeah, it's getting there. Yeah, the yellow is just turning, honestly, baby shit brown. So that's a good sign, though. It means it's pulling it up. I'm excited. It's going to look good. I hope. But it's a multi-stage thing, so patience. Make sure you do it right. Anyway, not sure what I want to do food-wise. So I have options. Alright. Make it a great day.